Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine. Navy swimming this week, going up against arch rival Army. Senior Brayden Lauffer from Apex, North Carolina, joins us now to talk about it. You know, we're just chatting a couple of moments ago. You know, you're facing your arch rival coming up this week. How do you keep the emotions in check leading up to the meet coming up this weekend to make sure you guys are in peak fitness, ready to go this weekend?
Of course. So the way our rivals play it up north is they like to talk a lot. There's a lot of social media stuff that goes on. We do our best to kind of stay off of that. We kind of like to shut everything off, focus on what we're doing in the pool. So Coach Roberts and Coach Leszczynski prepare us very well. We trust them with what we're doing. We're coming down a little bit in yards, resting. So we're just trusting our process, focus on what we can control, and then we're going to leave everything up to what happens on Saturday.
Let's talk about the process. And you and I were just talking about culture here. You know, every class that has come in here, you know, realizes the enormity of what the class previous to them left behind. What has it been like to join that kind of culture, challenge yourself and your teammates now to where it's your turn as a senior group to try and continue this legacy on?
Of course. So my plebe year, coming in, having the meet at home in Lejeune Hall was huge to see that environment, all the mids coming out to support us. Truly electric. And so at that moment, that's when I kind of knew the gravity of this meet and how we didn't want to let that streak go. So our class coming into here, if we win, it'll be 28 straight years now. We know all the work we've put in. We know we're ready. We know we're going to take it to them. So we're just ready to win for the 28th year and then pass it on to the next line of people who are coming in.
You know, you mentioned the one, your plebe year. I mean, Rowdy Gaines and I have now done 2 of these Army-Navy meets. The fact that, you know, perhaps the most identifiable person in American swimming shows up to broadcast your meet. And I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about Rowdy Gaines. To see how he interacted with you all. You know, what did that mean to you all as swimmers to be able to have that opportunity to interact with someone you know has meant so much to the sport?
It was truly special, honestly. My dad was a swimmer before. He actually raced against Rowdy Gaines, and so with that aspect and just knowing how big of an icon he is and seeing him come to the Army-Navy meet to announce it for us was truly incredible. It's one of the largest dual meets, if not the largest dual meet in the entire country for swimming. So just like being a part of that is an opportunity in and of itself, and we're just so blessed that he took the time to do that.
I know the streak itself numerically, we know Justin Kashevsky keeps track of all that information. Each year is completely different, but you and I were talking about something earlier. Maybe it was something that maybe helped you all. The last time you were in Army's pool, the start of the meet didn't exactly go the way it was planned for you guys, and you guys really had to work hard to get that. Was that almost kind of a wake-up call within this rivalry a little bit? And why were you guys able to rally under those circumstances? Because as we know up there, their students and supporters come out in droves as well to support them whenever they face Navy. How did you all come back in that environment and re-rally to win that meet?
Of course. So yeah, like we were talking about earlier, the first couple of races didn't really go our way. We were kind of set back on our heels. Kids were swimming discouraged. At the first break, our coach kind of rallied us all around, and he was like, "Hey guys, like this is where you decide if we're gonna let Army take this or we're gonna start digging back." And so coming out of that break, I think we 1-2-3'd them in the next event, and we started clawing back. And so when you get those wins in Army's pool, you start to silence the crowd, and once you start building up the lead again, they start to trickle out, and it really becomes we really just dominate them in that aspect. So once you can get those wins going, they keep rolling, and then the crowd is a non-factor, and you pretty much secured the win.
Because of that, do you all feel a pressure going into this meet, or what is the feeling? Are you able to block that out so it's not a distraction for you going into a meet like this?
Well, I think everybody feels pressure. That's just the nature of going into a big rivalry meet, especially in our mid-season meet. We're tapering, we're shaving for this, we're ready to go fast. So there's going to be pressure individually for everybody to want to perform as best they can. Especially walking into Army's pool, there's that added pressure. It's harder to swim there. They have the home pool advantage, but I think each individual on the team trusts in our training, and I think we can really use that pressure positively, and it's not a negative factor for us.
What is that? And we know there are differences. We've talked about this in the past with Navy swimmers, but what is the difference, their pool, as opposed to the tremendous facility you have to swim in at Lejeune Hall?
Yes, so obviously Lejeune Hall, great facility, recently renovated, wonderful swimming environment. At Army, it's just a little bit different. Their blocks are different, the walls are different, the flags are different in warm-up than they are racing. So all those factors kind of take off tenths of a second here and there if you're not prepared for it. Obviously, we do go up a day early. We swim in their pool. We warm up in their pool before the race as well to kind of get all those kinks out. So hopefully we're ready to go. But it is a little bit of a learning curve when we go up there.
Now, you mentioned your dad earlier. Your dad and two uncles swam highly competitively. When did this start to matter for you, and what inspiration were they for you in terms of this sport?
So I've been swimming since a little kid. My dad taught me how to swim by throwing me in the pool. So trial by fire. But I've been passionate about the sport for several years now. I think I realized I wanted to swim in college. I think around junior years when I really got serious about it, started training hard. Navy was always my number one choice ever since I can remember. So when I was offered the spot here, just truly blessed and honored to be able to swim at the Naval Academy.
What do you hope to accomplish post-graduation coming up?
We just learned our service selection. I'm going to be a Naval Flight Officer. That's what I was selected for. So I'll head down to Pensacola to start flight school, hopefully next September. And we'll see where it takes me from there, but I'm very excited.
All right, congratulations on the laurels so far, and best of luck this week against the Black Knights.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, Brayden Lauffer joining us here on the Navy Sports Magazine.